Hi, guys. We're taking podcasts from the car now. Is that how busy we are?
Hey, first of all, I 2-week-old father of two, so where the prop and points and like, oh yeah, you're good, Max. No,
Actually, I will.
I'm gonna use it
I'll bow
and
down.
milk it. Yeah, I didn't make it. I didn't make it. I did not.
No, you guys both have babies under a year. So I feel like anything goes today. You could say, like, you could not talk, and I'd be like, I get it. You must be really tired. So, first of all, how are you guys doing?
We're doing great. First of all, hi. Thank you for having me. Us. It's so fun to see you. I love your background.
Me too. I just want to say thank you for having us.
Of course.
It's a pleasure. We are not as familiar, but congratulations on that win. I feel like it's always talking to an alum of the show is a different type of podcast, so we can speak the same language. I feel like I know you, and I don't know if we even met, to be honest. But
we met once really briefly, and it was because I went to the finale of the last one, and it was kind of on the way out. They were kind of shuffling us out from the after party, and I was a fan of you on the show, and of course you too, Val. And I remember I would always watch your videos when I was on the show. I would always watch your videos because you would do like really good constructive criticism and feedback and critiquing. And I would watch every video you did on ours, and I would learn from you. And so you're part of the reason I won the mirror ball.
No, I would not take it away, but I appreciate it. You only saw the good videos. There's plenty of videos.
No, you told me that actually. I told him during the season, I was like, yo, Kaitlyn actually is watching these feedback videos. That's when he sat out straighter. His feedback started getting a little bit more watched.
Dancing Coffee. Yes.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, you know what? I got this. And that, honestly, I thought about the responsibility of it all. For me, number one is consistency. Like, can I do something consistently before saying yes? And number two, can I do it consistently responsible? Like, am I going to get emotional one time, come in and be like, you know what? Everybody sucked. But you can find both things. No, I generally was your fan. I said, I'm not going to tell you that I remember, but that's why I say it off the cuff. So I don't have to remember. You can show me the video. I'll probably say it again the same way.
That's exactly why I call my podcast Off the Vine, because I'm very off the cuff and I'm usually drinking wine. So it just works. So I feel you. Now, I don't want to tell anyone's story for them. Like, I know PETA might want to tell the story, but I heard that she was like, I was one of those women holding onto the counter, is like each contraction trying to give her insurance. What happened?
It's like, first time it was like an out. This time it was like stuff that was leading up to it. And it was just different. It was different. And I think PETA felt the entire spectrum of the pregnancy and it was, and the funny thing, and here's the sort of the juxtaposition of it all. She did it again, right? So she was doing it again. I was having a completely different experience. I had zero stress. I had no like, oh my God, child, what is this baby coming? I was just enjoying the process. And so like we kind of went this way. She had like all of it happen this time. And I was just having a great time.
You're like, here we go again. Here we go again. And Val, I haven't said congratulations to you in person yet, but I am obsessed. Your little baby is just so squishy and so cute. And you and Jen are just adorable. But how is it now that you're both dads, having a kid around the same age? Is this something you guys have planned or talked about? And you're like, look, we're going to dance. We're going to have kids at the same time. We're going to are you guys just always on the same wavelength, or was this just a shock?
No, it definitely wasn't planned. And obviously public knowledge now that both of us had different but similar journeys as far as conceiving and having this child, second for Max and PETA, first for Jen and I. So no, it wasn't planned, but that's the best part.
But maybe it was God's plan or the universe's plan, because timing is everything. And I'm sorry, Max, you guys had to go through all of that, because I have so many friends who have gone through the same thing, and it's so emotional and so draining. But it all, is working out the way it should, I guess. And you guys now get to be dads together. I know, Val, you were just an uncle before, and I want to know what that transition is like. Are you like, what? Wait, I can't give the baby back now and go home?
No, it's I just pass it off to Jen. It's completely different. And I just love it. Fatherhood, like right now, is, knock on wood, again, it's like in our culture, we just don't want to jinx anything, and we're just so paranoid. But like the truth is, this is the greatest time of my life, for sure, by far. Nothing ever even came close.
There you go.
I can't even imagine.
I was waiting for that statement from him. This is the exclusive first time bang bang. Like, he's emotional, but he puts things in words, and that's the kind of word that I was waiting for. That somebody told me this nonsense when I was pre-fatherhood, and
Chilling,
we had
chilling.
those.
I'm not
Yeah,
saying that my
chilling.
life was bad. That's the thing.
Yeah,
I was like, my
yeah,
life was so good that I'm like, how can anything ever top this? And this,
And
like,
it did.
it's not even close. It's not even. Sorry,
yeah.
Max. I didn't mean to cut you.
No, but that's it. That's how we look. A lot of things in our life with Val also happened 6 years apart, from being born to, joining something. I think even Dancing with the Stars was like 5 or 6 years apart. So
Really?
it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, my Shy and his baby Roma 6 years apart. This whole thing is like, numerically makes sense for us. And but yeah, no, it was not planned at all. We're both, I think, beautifully lucky to be in this position, with our ladies who are just incredible at being mothers, first and foremost. Like
Yes.
Yeah. That's a big part. That's a big part of why this is the best part of my life, is the
I
fact
was
that they
about to
make it
say,
so.
yeah.
Yeah, they make it so.
No, it's beautiful to be partnered with someone like that too. And again, play on words, Dancing with the Stars, be partnered with, so on and so forth. Life partnered us with these people. And I have to say today, after everything that we both and separately together been through and everything, it's just beautiful, beautiful women that know and happily want to raise amazing kids. And so, like, we just, in that sort of situation, I too think this is it. This is how does it get better? Because,
Yeah.
I feel like at this age, they don't say much back yet. They look at you with like, oh my God, you're everything. And then they grow older and you maybe disappoint them and there's some tension starts, but not yet.
Yeah, this is the bliss. This
Yeah,
is the
it's the
blissful
bliss.
part where that's everybody. I remember talking to my counselor, and it's like, she goes, everybody as a parent, everybody is going to fuck up at some point or do something, you can't get around that. It's just a matter of how much you fuck up, but it's just part of parenting, it's part of life. But right now you don't have to worry about that because they're just these little sweet angels. And I love watching your ladies become moms, and they just feel like even just through Instagram, I feel like they both have that maternal, motherly instinct, that unconditional love. And they're just, I mean, I know them both in person too, and they're two of my favorite people. So I love watching your little families grow. It's really sweet. Do you I know Shiloh's dancing. Is it just something that's in the blood? Because like, my mom was a dancer. I grew up loving dance. I feel like it's got to be in the family.
It's actually definitely in the blood because I did not like dancing. I would say probably first 20 years of my dance career.
What?
And Shy actually really doesn't like dancing either. He does it because he does a lot of things we say to him, but he now this year was the first year, so we did the right thing. We ended the year and entered summer with like a wrap up, and so his activities we just like, and he got a soccer trophy for the season, and he was like, "Wait, I got a trophy? I want more of this." I was like, "Well, guess what? You got other things also." So he was excited to get dancing trophy, and he's hooked. But he's hooked on trophies, and it reminds me of Val. Val had zero intention of dancing because it was art. Val was a Michael Jordan in that setting, and he was just like, "Oh, there's a medal. Let's go get it." And so I'm looking at this kid, and I remember another kid, and I'm like, you know what? He's on the right track. I just gotta feed him with opportunities.
Okay, so one thing I love to do all year round, but especially during the summer, is going to live events. Living in Nashville, guys, there are some pretty cool things that go on, from concerts to comedy to sports. But buying tickets for your favorite events shouldn't be stressful. So that's why I now use Game Time. Game Time is the fast and easy way to buy tickets for all events near you. And there's a reason it's the fastest growing ticket app in the whole country. Using their app is, well, it's fun because they feature flash deals and last minute tickets to all the cool events going on. And they make it really easy to find and buy tickets for every kind of event in your area with images of what your seat views will be. I really want to go to more concerts, I'm looking at Drake, actually, in the 1975 coming to Nashville soon. And the game time guarantee means that you'll always get the best price. So if you find tickets in the same section and row for less, Game Time will literally credit you 110% of the difference. Tickets are sent directly to your phone, so you never have to dig through your email. Just a couple taps, taparoos, and you're all set with your tickets. So snag the tickets without the stress with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code VINE for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code VINE for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. This week's Off the Vine is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Hey, so whether you love true crime or comedies, celebrity interviews, news, even motivational speakers, you call the shots what's on your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call the shots on your auto insurance too. Enter the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. The Name Your Price tool puts you in charge of your auto insurance by working just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, then they'll show you a variety of coverages that fit within your budget, giving you options. We love options. Now that's something you're going to want to press play on. It's easy to start the quote and you'll be able to choose the best option for you fast, just one of the many ways you can save with Progressive Insurance. So quote today at progressive.com to try the Name Your Price tool for yourself and join the over 29 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
I got a dartboard my first dance competition. I was like 5. I was like, are you kidding? That's all I got to do to get a dartboard? Of course. And our parents were very frugal with their gift giving, so
Yes.
you had to really earn it.
I picked out the gift. Historically, true story. Mom asked me, I was 8. Well, not 8, sorry, 5, what was it, 11. What would he want? I was like, I get to pick. I picked the biggest looking thing, and it was a dartboard.
It was like, what am I going to get to play? That. Let's get it.
It was big, and we got this 5 or 6-year-old, this giant dartboard. Yeah, the biggest.
That's the thing.
Smile.
That's the thing. I think, and we're going to probably try to, emulate some of that, but we also experienced a lot of things vicariously through one another with Max. Even though they were 6 years apart, our upbringing was very small and tiny. We didn't have our own rooms. We shared a bunk bed till we were in our 20s. Like, that's fact. That's not even, so we grew up in close proximity by default. And because of that, I saw, his passion for dance versus my passion for dance, how to go about it, how to not go about it. We did grow up in a city in Ukraine, Odessa, Ukraine, that had, it was known as the New Orleans of the Soviet Union. There was a lot of jazz, a lot of music, a lot of comedy. The most prestigious music school, like the Juilliard of the Soviet Union, was in this city, Odessa, Ukraine. So
the whole film academy, the Hollywood of Soviet Union, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
We were surrounded by that flavor, but my dad was an engineer by education, and our dad, and was a merchant marine, and then was in entrepreneurship, pretty much what is known as that, a business owner. Then when we came to America and the kids were, pursuing dance, and it became a reality after a couple of years, he focused on creating a business and running a business around the talents of his kids. And now we own 14 dance studios around the country called Dance With Me. And his sons have, succeeded in the space of dance. And none of that would have happened without, again, his support, my mom's support, but not because they had dance education in their life. It's just because they had dance enthusiasm, appreciation for the arts, and truly the biggest driving force was supporting their kids.
That's incredible.
I would say that it was, I keep repeating that story. It started with just figuring out what to do with kids to begin with. And the formula of less free time, less opportunity to get into some shit actually worked. With us, it was also like, let's try them to do this, and that. The responsibility of being a parent. That's another thing. Somebody commented on my post, and I can't get it out of my head. I don't read comments.
All right, here we go.
No, but it was positive. For once, it stood out. They're like, you look so happy doing this, something like along those lines. And I was like, like somebody actually noticed that I'm really excited about being a dad. And I think that our father for me, is the standout example of, against all odds, being excited to be a father and to be the right type of role model and to all those things. And so, I think that it would have been swimming, tennis. Val was a concertmeister, violinist. I mean, it would have been I was a chemistry and biology major. I honestly would not have, selected that for myself. It was by like, hey, let's try this, but let's try it to the
Kaitlyn,
best
we're
of our ability.
brilliant. We're the best.
We're not jacks of all trades, but
we're the best.
But it led to a lot of things, and I'm modeling a lot of what I try to do after emulating. Again, like Val said, we may do it not even by choice, but I am emulating my dad. I am crazy about some things that like he was, and I love it, and I think it makes sense.
I mean, that all makes sense. We get so much from our parents, and I love hearing about the support. Like, I feel like if you are someone who, becomes a dancer, you're passionate about what you're doing, whatever your career is, I feel like behind that, there's usually such supportive parents who have like encouraged you and championed you along the way. And it sounds like that's what it is, but it also sounds like your whole family just has good genetics. So I don't know, whatever you guys do, whatever your kids do, it's going to be great. Now, you said you grew up bunk beds until you were like 20. Did you, I mean, I'm sure you got along like brothers, you fought and whatever, but have you guys been competitive with each other? And like in the dance space, do you get competitive with each other? Because I'm maybe speaking from my own insecurities, where if my sister was doing what I'm doing and maybe like it would be a push and pull, I would be like so competitive with her.
Yeah, we are less competitive, I think, because partially because again, our upbringing, kind of our parents really did really worked hard to make sure that we never really had those type of fights, and we shared kind of a bond. But that aside, Max was my teacher. He was my coach, right, for a long time. So a lot of the things that I accomplished, I knew I accomplished because of his sharing his gift with me, so and also 6 years apart in our 20s or 30s now. We're homies, obviously, but 12 and 18 are pretty, they're a little bit more drastic, right? So he,
That's
as
true.
an 18-year-old, and that was the flip side to bring in, our upbringing. Yes, we were really busy and we had real, strict parents in that sense, but I think he was the buffer zone for me between authority and parental guardianship, right? And he was kind of they trusted him with me, and I did whatever I wanted, really. I got to really hang out and get in trouble.
I could have used a Max in my life because my sister's only a couple of years older than me, and she was just getting into the shit with me.
Yeah, see? So, and then slowly we transitioned. Again, it was, it was a lot of probably humility on his end as an older brother, letting me tag along and see that.
It didn't start that way though. It wasn't like this, 18 or 16 or whatever it was, 8-year-old was choosing to be a coach. At 16, come on. I'm a child. And also I'm very much a late bloomer. Everybody, that know me through my life, like they could see like I get things later in life. So by 16, I'm going on 12. Val is probably more mature at 12. 100% than I was. So it wasn't by choice. It was also like just social status. We just didn't have the money. I take a dance lesson and then I'm just going to tell it to him. You know what I'm saying? Instead
I got
of
the
him
Cliff Notes version of these ballroom dance lessons.
Not only did he get the Cliff Notes, he got me. I think now looking back, that was it. That was my career. That's why I'm still dancing. I got the opportunity to retell that lesson to someone multiplied by responsibility, because that's my thing. Like, that's my student. I had no other intention, but he has to be a champion. Like, it was no, let's try our best and pat him on the back. No, this, I got to teach that. Okay, great. So he's going to have to win at some point. So I was getting this process, and that's the way I self-educate too. Because
you learn a lot through teaching. Dancing with the Stars has taught us that.
By retelling. Unfortunately for the early Dancing with the Stars partners of mine, with that type of process,
He went from
minus,
retelling me, a two-time world champion, with all due respect, to people that just want to have fun on television.
That's got to be tough.
Yeah.
Kaitlyn, no one told me that. The interview for the job was about who you are, right? Like we all saw that early Max, audition tape with that crazy white beanie. I don't understand, but I remember I had a zit right here. So I had a white
Yeah.
white beanie that looked like this. Also, long hair sticking out of it, and wild accent and some ridiculous vernacular. But anyway, it wasn't. I was just never told that. Hey, by the way, you don't have to win. You could just get a partner and just do your thing and just be happy and smile, and it's about their journey. And also, I was told that this is a competition, and and I didn't ask any more questions. And when I
He
heard the
learned a
word
very
competition, I
literal
was like,
version of English when he came to America.
I was like, let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah, I got to win. And there's a responsibility. And so this process just continued, and it trickled down to the poor, first couple of partners that I had. And then I kind of slowly learned, like, oh, yeah, it's not about all of that. But
I was gonna ask you guys this because I thought that too. Like, I think a lot of people go on and go, oh, that's a good paycheck, and I get to go have fun and dance. And if you watch Dancing with the Stars, it's this fun, family-friendly show. It's on ABC. You're dancing. Everybody's like dealing with their like trauma, getting to tell this beautiful story. They're learning. They're getting this partnership where it looks like you're best friends. And so I think a lot of people sign up going, oh, this is going to be an easy paycheck. And then where people like me, I know people that have been on it and they're like, it's the most intense thing you'll ever do. Like, buckle up. And I'm super competitive. So I think, like, there's times where Artem was, I think, the same. Like, it was about winning for him. And I don't think I would have won without a partner like that. Have you had such difficult times with some partners where they're like, stop talking to me like this and I'm giving up?
I mean, I've just grown to build a different relationship with dance. Dance is a vehicle for me to do different things, right? So as a kid growing up, to me, dance was a vehicle to, at 6 years old, get the dartboard I always wanted. Then it became a vehicle for me to assert myself as a young man in front of, maybe some girls that I liked, around 10, 12. Well, that lasted till about 30. And then, but then it was a vehicle for me to, I'm a big fan of sports. We as a family love sports, basketball, football, it's everything, competition, athleticism, the focus, the discipline that it takes to do all of that. And so dance was a vehicle for me to show myself that I'm an athlete, that I'm a world renowned athlete, that I'm a, I can do things. I could do hard things. Then it became a vehicle for me to start to pass that forward. I became a teacher as well in our dance school. I started teaching when I was 16. And again, in the competitive space. So I'm teaching passionately and trying to make little champions. And then, dance became a vehicle for me to earn a living. And that was, actually that happened even, before that and throughout. It was a space where it allowed me to showcase my talent and to earn a living. And then, I'll fast forward to Dancing with the Stars. I built a different relationship with dance, and it became now a vehicle for me to connect with people that are very impressive, actually, very impressive people for the most part that are going through different, times in their life. So then it became a vehicle again for me to connect with them, to be therapeutic, to be of service, to help them become better, and so it became less about me, more about others. And now I have like a nice salad of what makes me happy and how I want to use dance, like with our show Savor, that's a project for myself. Like, this is where I get to grow as a performer. I get to showcase everything that I am made of, next to obviously an incredible ensemble and whatever.
I want to talk about the show that you guys are doing, because I don't know what is what do you do? Like a wine tasting cabaret, like dance show, Napa. I want everybody to get the full rundown of what the show is going to look like, because wine and dancing, stop flirting with me. Those are my two favorite things. So I want to know all about it, and I want people to know how they can go watch it.
I think there are a lot of elements that make it an incredible experience. One of them is, yes, the relationship between the story and wine tasting, right? So, Savor After Hours is about redefining a wine tasting experience. So, instead of tasting notes to the 4 servings of wine that you are going to be given throughout the evening, you're going to see performances come alive based on the tasting notes of those wines. You have 4 servings throughout the show, and every week we feature a different local Napa Valley winery to assist with the show. The main character is the wine. Max and Val are, within that story, weaving themselves throughout the narrative, and and it's a blast. We have an amazing cast of dancers. We have a host, an actress, host, dancer. Her name is Ali. She plays Samley, who's kind of our sommelier for the evening. We have Illusion, and we have anyway. And so that is kind of the what it is, but where it is, with whom it is, and how it goes down, and the soundtrack and everything. The space is just so charming and so cozy and so awesome that people walk away really, really inspired and happy.
Yeah, we started beginning of June, June 8th, actually, right after Bottle Rock. We came into town, and on the heels of all of that ending, we kind of quietly inserted ourselves in the local community. And we are right on Main and First, beautiful Gem Cellars Ballroom, right above Blue Note. So we get this like gorgeous sort of like Times Square of Napa Valley. And, the idea here was to start a project that can live without the Max and Val. We are starting, but it's like Val said, this is a very selfish project for us because I get to be a character. I do my thing. I'm not a Max. I'm just a dancer. I'm a performer. And it's a beautiful, performance spoken through choreography of some Casey Money and people that we're really, really fond of. And so this whole put together was just, how can we make it as beautiful of experience as possible? And we also want that the tag, branding, made in Napa, wine tasting, immersive experience, unlike anything you've experienced, made in Napa. We wanted that type of process. And so
I wanted made in Jersey, but Max was like, nah, it's got to be in Napa.
It's a wine show from Jersey. You know what I'm saying?
People like wine, they'll go anywhere.
We can. No, but this is that. This is like Val said. This is the, one for the books. When I look back, and I've said it before about our, first tour that we did, 2016 Max and Val tour, our way. It was an incredible experience for me. This was culminating moment of my dance career, and learning steps and how to move and what to do with the music and so on, and presence and all that led to this. And now, all these years later, I never thought at 43 I'll have that same opportunity again.
I wish we were having this podcast after you saw the show, because a lot of times, you could say these sexy words and things and whatever, but like really the show is something that will make you really happy. And everybody that comes through those doors, we win them over, and that's what I love. Like last Sunday's show, we had a much younger audience. I'd say the average ticket was like 30 years old, 32 years old. A lot of Bay Area kids, a lot of, just this region coming in. And like we got a standing ovation driven by the dudes, by the guys. Like,
and these are the same dudes that were like, in the beginning, they're sitting like this. They're like,
Yo, my sister dragged me out.
Is the girlfriend.
My wife.
At the end, he was like, like he's trying to dance on stage and stuff. Like, it's true. That's why these, we try. There's cliff notes of what the show is about. We repeat the wording and wine show, tasting, all that. And then there's the afterwards, and the afterwards is always like, oh my God, I had no idea. And I think if we were to, if I was to pinpoint that thing that, I guess the Val and I have been known for, and maybe people don't really pick that out, but it's that under promise and over deliver. It's a stage show. It's beautiful. It's amazing. It's us. And there's a lot of that. But when you come to us, you come out with a feeling that you had no idea, you did not expect to have.
I think
yeah.
also, I think it's also, so it's roundtable seating. The stage is extended into the audience. So it's not your kind of
Very
like
intimate.
proscenium at a theater. It's
Right.
like 280 seat theater. So it's a small space.
And you're like right in it.
Sweat.
You feel like, it's like 16th century Parisian bar or barn or whatever, wherever, tavern. And it's like, and we put on a show. And then the other thing is, like, we grew up dancing in Russian restaurants in Brooklyn, so we know how to like party. We know how to create a party in which you show a performance, and then obviously infused with the last 20 years of TV and touring. So it's a really fun show. There's a lot of chemistry amongst the cast, a lot of chemistry amongst production, and even putting the story together. And so all of that love really translates, and it continues on to the audience. And I think that's really what the audience feels when they leave.
What an incredible concept. I love that. I want to come see it. I'm going to try and get out there. Maybe I'll bring like Artem. Has Artem and Nikki came to a show?
Nikki and Bree came to the show.
I think Artem was on babysitting duties at that time. So
he was daddy duty and babysitting duty.
We're also going to feature Nikki, the girls' wines. I think end of August, and towards the end of our run. So they definitely can. Why don't you come and see the show?
I'm gonna bring it. Oh my gosh!
I was about to say, off the vine, I thought it was like spot on, perfect podcast for us.
I have a wine that's being made in Sonoma. I'll come down there for a work trip, watch you guys dance, be in the splash zone, get your sweat all over me.
Work expense.
Yeah. And also, where can people get tickets?
SavorAfterHours.com. SavorAfterHours.com.
The name of the show is Savor After Hours. And it's sexy. Play on words. You can think about it both ways, Savor After Hours or Savor After Hours.
It's been cool because it's been cool to see kind of the local community really embrace us and celebrate us and like push us, because it really is a word of mouth type of town. Especially a lot of visitors come in, they do their wine tasting, and then they have some free time, and they'll ask like, what should I do in Napa? And so we've had a lot of support from the locals, like proud to recommend our show as one of the things that they should do.
That's really cool.
That's been super fun, right? Because then that feels really more
cool.
honest.
That's a tight community.
We also participate. I mean, I'm I'll be on my bike. I'll stop by, visit Napa Valley Center. I'm not bashful. I'm gonna come in and be like, "Hi, what would you guys like to do today?" They're like, "Oh, I wanted to hot air balloon ride." I'm like, "What about tomorrow?" I had no plans. I was like, "Great, there's a show in town starting me," and they're like, "Oh my God, you're that guy. It's that thing." And then, I'll go get coffee. I'll sell a couple more tickets.
I thought he was going to be like, hot air balloon ride. Those are dangerous. You should definitely come see us.
So irresponsible.
You know what's not dangerous?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, everybody. Support for today's episode comes from Honeylove. And guess what? The reviews are in. Honeylove came out on top for the best wedding day shapewear. With wedding season upon us, this is the sponsor you've been waiting for. Whether you are a bride, a guest, looking for an everyday fit, Honeylove is your go-to and mine for all things shapewear. They have these bras. Oh my gosh, their bras are amazing. I've been wearing them lately and they're just actually really comfortable. Honeylove has revolutionized compression technology, so you no longer have to feel like you're suffocating while wearing effective shapewear. We all know how that feels. You'll immediately feel and see the difference. And of course, I have an exclusive offer for my listeners. Get 20% off your entire order with my exclusive link, honeylove.com/vine. I know that I've worn some pretty uncomfy shapewear in my day, and I'm just glad now that there's actually a solution where you can feel comfortable while wearing compression shapewear, and I can share it with you. Their best-selling Super Power Short is the go-to. It has targeted compression technology, helps sculpt and smooth wherever you need it. Their products make you look good and feel good too. They're incredible. Go treat yourself to the best shapewear on the market and save 20% off at honeylove.com/vine and use my exclusive link to get 20% off. honeylove.com/vine. Okay, one thing you guys know about me for sure is how much I love my home and how much I love making it my little cozy little happy place. I mean, I even have my podcast studio here, so I'm just always trying to make it the best it could possibly be. And your one-stop shop for handcrafted furniture and home decor is Jenny Kane. It really is perfect for refreshing your space this summer or basically any time of the year. I know firsthand that shopping for home decor and furniture can be a little bit stressful and definitely time consuming, but Jenny Kane has that, elevated style and quality that you've been looking for, with pieces truly built to last, well, forever. I also have a deal for you, of course, a 15% discount code when you go to jennykane.com/home and use my code VINE. All right, so Jenny Kane, like I said, it has everything you need, whether you're just doing a little refresh at home or you're embarking on a full-on remodel. They have foundational furniture like beds, sofas. They have award-winning candles, which are literally all over my home, cozy decor, and their pillows and throws also all over my home, and kitchen essentials like their Pacific dinnerware and serveware. You guys know I like to cook and entertain and host, and this is just really nice to have on hand for at home and dinner experiences. Jenny Kane believes in the art of simplicity, so they focus on comfort, quality, and timeless design so that you can curate that special space that never goes out of style. Find your forever pieces at jennykane.com/home. My listeners get 15% off your first order when you use code VINE at checkout. That's 15% off your first order, JENNIKAYNE.com/home, promo code VINE.
I just have a couple more questions before I let you guys go, but I mean, I just can't imagine the balancing act that you have to do as, dads and husbands and dancers and everything that you've got going on in your life. So kudos to you for still, living your passion and being incredible fathers and partners and everything. It must be crazy. So Val, you're going to be going back on this season of Dancing with the Stars, yes?
I would love to be back on Dancing with the Stars, of course. I don't have the final say. So if it's up to me, I'm in. Like I said, I love the show. I love my place on the show. I'm in. But it's not my call.
Well, and the fans love you, so.
Thanks, fans.
It's true. I feel like Max, you were like the bad boy. People loved you. People miss you. And now Val's like, I feel like I asked to be either your partner or I think you know this. I asked to be either your partner or Artem's partner. I don't know if they even listened to me or if it was a coincidence that I got Artem, but I was like, put me with Val or Artem. But I feel like you're like the guy and Jenna's the girl and you guys are incredible. And will Jenna take some time off? Or does she want to get back in the ballroom?
No, she's ready to get back in. She'd love to get back in. I mean, we've been teaching all year, and we've been dancing. She stepped in actually when Max went back for the birth of his second child a couple of weeks ago. Jen stepped in. No, she looks stunning, like you said. The after pregnancy glow is also real, after motherhood glow or during motherhood glow.
And she's just like a queen. Both of the girls, I see them on social media and I'm like, screw off. Like they're just both perfect. They just like had these babies and they're in the hospital like glamorous and glowing. And then they go home and they're like, oh, get back in the dance studio and dance until the baby, Peter's literally dancing with you until the baby's like being born.
Yeah. The thing is that just like we were just talking about our careers, our partners, and they are athletes and they're committed to that, So I think the fact that, our craft is broadcasted on what is considered a reality show. You're going to typecast us as reality celebrities. And besides that, I don't even know what that is. We are, we are athletes, performers, whatever, right?
It's mind-blowing to watch you guys, like being on the show and then doing the tour. I'm like, you guys are the most athletic athletes out there. It's very impressive. And
so my point was that in order to claim that, you have to put in the work, and Jen is at the gym every single day. She holds herself accountable. She's physically ready for the season. She's mentally and emotionally so ready because, again, the pregnancy and...
Well, now you have a bigger purpose.
Yeah, and she's just creatively inspired because at the end of the day, they're still artists, all right? So she's just overflowing with inspiration and definitely is ready.
Oh, well, I can't wait to see all of you guys like somehow on my screen again. And that's even if it's on my Instagram screen. I love watching you guys dance. Congratulations on the show and doing that. That's amazing. and bow down to your wives for being superheroes. And we'll put on our social media where people could get tickets, and I'm going to try and get out there.
Thank you so much. We would love to have you. We will take care of you. We will be so grateful for you to come, honestly. And we're also very proud of you and this podcast and everything that you're doing.
Congrats, for sure. We could do a post reaction.
Yes,
post reaction.
You guys like those, the post.
Hold on, I got in an email, and that's the only reason why I mention it, because I don't want to escape and then get you in trouble.
Oh my gosh.
Embarrassing moments, right? Isn't that a moment thing?
Tell us your flaws, for God's sake.
Okay, I go first, or who goes first?
You can go first.
I want to share this because I got to get this off my chest. My wife doesn't know about this. No one knows about this. And this happened recently, actually. I jumped into the shower, and we were, I guess, doing laundry at the time. And there was no clean towels anywhere when I got out. And I couldn't kind of like tiptoe out because we had company. And so I was stuck. I was wet. I had to go. And there was no towels around. And I look, and I was like, no, Val, you can't. And I was like, you have to. I see my kid's little towel with the little shark head thing. And the thing that, we wash him with, and he looks so cute. And I'm like, I have to wipe down. And I had to do what I had to do. I folded it up. I threw it out. We didn't get him another towel.
I burnt it.
But the shame that I felt just making that moral decision, it was tough. And so I wanted to share that. I don't know if other fathers have had those type of moments where they had to use their kids' things to take care of their own thing. But
you wait till you try baby wipes.
Well, no, baby wipes, we won't use baby wipes before.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff.
Okay, that's it. I'm
done. Max, beat that.
I'm going to listen, there's a poop story somewhere in my life that, happened that, but I feel like it's kind of whatever. As he was saying this, I was like, you know what, why not? This is that podcast. But Dancing with the Stars, I think that no one really knows that. People know that, like Val knows that, and some of my family members, but this is back to season 2. Season 2 was my first. And I landed a single 25-year-old, and I had the time of a mother flipping life. And I had a time of a mother flipping life for about 5 years. I landed. I've never been to LA. I landed into a mega mansion where I lived in. It was just friends of a friends, and I had somehow stepped into that. I had access to everybody and everybody's mother. I mean, I've partied with everybody. 2006, if you go by the list of like top film act, celebrity, whatever you wanted.
It was Ed Hardy and Robin Jeans all over this place.
You don't even know. You don't even know.
The sideways hat a little bit.
But
yeah.
You don't even know. I enjoyed, some things with Snoop Dogg before anybody else even knew. Anyway, the point is, this was not the point. I will not drop in names. It's not about mentioning Snoop.
We love name drops.
But I had an incredible time. And I landed, and I went from a kid that never, ever went out, probably outside of like dance competition and with whatever, to I'm alone in LA and I'm making a little bit of money. Disaster.
I mean, you've got to let it go.
My embarrassing story is I'm dancing with Mel B, right?
Yeah.
And that's that season. And I'm out every night since 2006. Every time I come for the show, I'm out. The show is 3 months, so it's like 90 days, right? I'd be out for 89 days of that.
Oh my gosh.
Out meaning every night I was out. I was social butterflying. It was an incredible time. And I'm with Mel B. We have a rehearsal on Tuesday. We're having a great rehearsal. Kiss, kiss. I'll see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Bye. I feel like, you know what? Maybe not tonight. Tonight, it's not going to be the night. I'm feeling tired. I went to sleep. I woke up. I'm like, this is amazing. I got a full night's sleep. Look at me. I'm great. I'm showered, had my coffee. I remember they put us up in apartments in WeHo, right? The
Yeah.
where, and there's no reception. And this is also like back in the day, cell phones or whatever. So there's no like phones ringing, nothing happening. I go to rehearsal. I'm early. This is amazing. And I remember I walk in, crew look at me like this. I'm like, I'm walk right in, and then Mel B was there too already early. I was like, this is early? Like, why is
Oh
she
no.
early here too at the same time? Like, we're just early. She looks at me. She's like, where you been? I'm like, what do you mean where I've been? She's like, I had some coffee. Would you want some coffee? She's like, no. What do we? And we realized, like, she realized something. She's like, what day is this? I'm like, Wednesday. We just saw each other. She's like, nah, it's Thursday. I slept for 24 hours. My body was so exhausted. I passed out. I woke up. I slept 24 hours. I was in, and then I realized, and I was like, holy crap. And I looked down, and it's like, oh my God, it was my production was calling my friends in New York. They would like, there was hospitals being looked at, police department. Like, I just did not show up to Dancing with the Stars
Holy
work
shit.
one day. I got called to principal's office, aka Mr. Conrad Green. I can say that now. He looked at me, he's like, mate, what's up with that? We had an incredibly embarrassing conversation, after which I was like, whatever. And the finality of the story is that it happened once a season for the next 2 seasons.
No.
For 3 seasons in a row.
How did you not get fired?
Right in the middle of it, I would just go to sleep and wake up day and a half later, and then I'll be called. And on the third time, that's where I land. On the third time, it went from come to the office to call to, and then I get a text like, hey, is this just once a season? I said yes, and that's it. We never spoke about this again.
That's incredible.
That's all I got for you. Exclusively for Kaitlyn, Bristowe, and no one else outside of my family who was petrified for those 3 times.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is why you are the bad boy of the franchise.
Ask me again how I didn't get fired. I don't know. I don't know.
It's because everybody else was missing 2 days. I mean,
no, I was very honest. Listen, I worked. All I did is I worked, and I justified my effort with, I justified my opportunities that I had because I worked. I showed up on time. I worked, I choreographed, I danced. I did. I never said no to anything. I was difficult. Yes, I was difficult from day one of Dancing with the Stars to the last second. But I never said no. You can never fault me for not working. I never phoned it in outside of someone saying that. But that's it.
Once a season. Just once a season. Oh my gosh.
But
that is incredible.
Those 3 seasons.
Thank you for sharing that with us and getting that off your chest. And we all forgive you. And and thank you guys for taking the time I know you're so busy. So thank you for chatting with me today. And I'll let you know if I'm out in Napa.
Please.
Thank you.
And tell Jenna and Peta I say hi and give your little babies a squish for me.
I will. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I'm Kaitlyn Bristowe. I'll see you next Tuesday. See you next